Hello and welcome everyone to the September 8th edition of Office Hours. My name is Matt Johnson. And over here we have Caleb,
Howdy.
who runs brand and creative. And we're just a couple of guys that help work on a project called Apollo. Yeah, and other things. But how you feeling today, Caleb?
Really good.
Good. You a football fan? You excited about football kickoff tonight?
Nope.
No, just
No.
me. All right. Cool. Well, happy football day to all those of you that care. Hope your fantasy team is set. I'm pretty proud of mine. So, what is Apollo? Apollo is a platform that supports the creator economy. We do that through weekly contests that give away significant amounts of our Apollo crypto to deserving creators that market themselves within our social communities that really do a good job of creating a buzz around our project. And then it's rapidly evolving into a great sponsorship partnership platform as well. As we've talked about, we got an exciting contest coming up next week with our first brand partnership and center, and some other amazing things on the horizon that we'll kind of tease around tonight as well. So let's jump right in, Caleb. And just as a reminder, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. We'll try and track it and maybe take a couple breaks and answer a couple, save most of them for the end. But, that's what this is all about. The office hours format is more for you guys to ask questions, for us to give highlights and prompts to kind of what we're working on. But we want to leave as much time as possible for you guys to ask questions. So let's jump right in. So where are we at? We're at season 2, contest 1. I think we have a little over 100 votes or something like that, Caleb.
Yeah, just over 100. This is the first time for a normal contest that we're running it for 2 full weeks.
Yep.
So that's a new implementation in season 2. See, we're at 108 votes as of today.
Yeah. And the other new implementation is when this thing, I think in a little less than 4 days, when the winner is awarded, it'll pay out 3 prizes as opposed to 1. So I think 80% of the value goes to the first place, 15 to second, and 5 to third. So that would be great for more creators to be incentivized and supported and helped, and hopefully stick around in our community and support its growth. So go vote.
What else do they get?
They get the PO app.
What else do the top three winners get?
Oh, yeah. So top 3 winners also get entry into the All-Star competition at the end of the season. So that's exciting. Gives more opportunity because, in season 1, we did 12 contests 1 week. We got feedback that was a real quick turnaround for both our team and for other creators to kind of get their stuff together and content and network and all those kind of things. That's why we expanded it, but we didn't want to limit the opportunity for everyone to participate in an All-Stars competition. So with first, second, third place come more opportunities for them to advance. But yes, thank you for that reminder. But also POAPs, like that's a really hot and popular thing. So Caleb, I believe your intent to continue that. Amazing to look in the socials this week and see some people that have, shout out to Sven. I know he's one of them. There's probably others that have a perfect record, a perfect streak in collecting the POAPs. Obviously give you more opportunities to, win in the raffles that we hold associated with them. That will continue in season 2. But then we'll also potentially get you some perks and additional earnings and bounties out of our new Dework system, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. So vote, vote, vote. You can't go back and do it once the contest is over. So that's the incentive. You got to go out and do it now to collect the things that will help you, bolster your position in our communities and or win more Apollo. So anything else on season 2, contest 1? We need to let's get those numbers up, man. Like when we talk about sponsorships, that's one big thing they look at, like how engaged is your community, both in the socials and in voting. Yeah. And, we have 2 weeks. We should be getting well over 200 votes, in my opinion. Like that's very attainable, and we want to drive more and more traffic. I mean, we have close to 5,000 holders now. We need to rally the troops to be able to do that. So go vote.
We should be easily cracking 150 per contest. I think that
I'm always more aggressive. 250 to 300.
I'm saying easy. Yeah, like it should be. We don't even have to discuss it. We're cracking 150.
There you go. 150 cracking. You heard it from the man. Let's do it. Get cracking. We still got 4 days. Very attainable. We're right there. Cool. I mentioned just a minute ago the center contest. Super excited about this. Some amazing brand work that Caleb did here to kind of support this initiative. But as a reminder, this is our first sponsored contest, which is centered around shoe design and partnered with an urban apparel company here in Dallas called Center. And what we did was offered up a sponsorship spot for this. And this is kind of our revenue generating model that we talked about. Hinnock Corporation purchased it and resold the rights to Center. And for that purchase price, if you recall, that money got put into a new donation wallet, which we post the public addresses in the socials, that will feed the Army. That's what he decided he wanted to do with the sponsorship, is put this to work with our new Dework system. So as bounties are paid off, we now have a new treasury that everybody can audit and look at and understand where the money's coming from and going to help support people that are doing work to grow the community. So shout out to that. It's an awesome start to an awesome model. But as you can imagine, this kind of can grow into some incredible things when you talk about different tiers of sponsorships. You know, one brand that might want to sponsor an entire season, one that might want to do a contest, kind of like what Center's doing here. Some brands that might want to, represent, individual contests or just have visibility or space within our site. That's what we talk about, building a revenue model around this. It's just not, sustained by crypto buys and sells. So I think this is just super important to continue to, again, drive those numbers up so people can see the opportunity with these sponsors, and they can see the value of the eyeballs. So we're doing a lot more analytics, a lot of data tracking that will go into this center contest. And, quite honestly, I think this is going to be super fun. Like I think seeing what someone does with literally a blank canvas of an Air Force One, whether it's just flat painted or whether it's got like crazy stuff hanging off of it in 3D, who knows what we're going to see. But I think we have about 5 contestants. Is that right? Or 5 that will be in the first?
We have 5 contestants that'll be in the first round. And then we do have more in the backlog as well. But yeah, I mean, I've looked at a lot of designs just of what people do out there with sneakers in general, customizing them and Air Force Ones. And I've looked at the work of these 5 people, and it's awesome.
Great. Yeah, I'm excited. And when these and that's a good point too, when you say the backlog. So this is one of 3 preliminary contests, shoe design contests that we're holding with Center. So the process is we have a form on our website. I'm sure we could drop the link in the chat, but that is for pre-qualification. So the way that the system works is you fill out these forms, you pitch yourself, the Center team basically picks, and the Hinnock team pick who they want to represent within that preliminary. So it's not just go sign up like we do if you haven't hold enough Apollo for your normal contest. It's, go through that approval process. They will handpick you and send you a link if you qualify to register for that contest. And then the structure for that is, for the preliminaries, it's going to be a winner take all in terms of cash. So there'll be about $5,000 worth of Apollo that will be awarded, but second place also gets into a finals competition. So they're having their own kind of all-stars competition at the end of it. So there'll be 4 total contests when we're all said and done. 5,000 each to the preliminary winners, and then I think it's don't quote me, 25,000. I have to go back and look at my notes. Sorry,
it's 25,000.
25,000 for the
ultimate
winner. Yeah, so big money.
Nothing to sneeze about.
What's that?
Nothing to sneeze at.
No, nothing to sneeze at. Nobody should sneeze. We're moving into winter though, so who knows? Okay, so Center, anything else on that you want to mention?
I can't say this for 100%, but there may still be openings for round 2 or round 3 if people still want to apply on that page that Matt's looking at, and I just pasted into the chat.
Yeah, definitely. Still, if you feel like you have an affinity for this and a passion for designing sneakers, do it. Like, because this may not be the last one. Like, this goes well for Center. They might want to do one next season, sponsor another one, because we'll talk about this in a minute. Like, we're expanding the architecture of our contest system. So there's some cool technical stuff on the horizon as well. So just because one of these contests comes once, we'll keep your information and let you know when the next one comes, or there's something that kind of fits that mold that you might be great for. So don't be shy to register at any time. Cool. Awesome. Is there any questions so far? You want to hit a couple of those before we dive into the voter rewards updates?
I don't see any questions in chat yet.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let's jump in. I need to change over one quick over to Dework. Okay. So we've talked, a couple of times over the last few office hours about this system called Dework, or decentralized work, I believe what it's short for. It's a really interesting and cool platform to allow projects like ours to scale, to provide, just things called bounties or tasks, or, if you think about our Trello board, it's something that we go in there and update or try to keep updated every week. It gives you kind of an idea of what's happening, what's going on, what the developers are doing. But it's really kind of in this like silo of what we do. And we've been looking for a while for how do we extend, for being a true decentralized project, how do we extend and allow members of the community that have skills and, abilities that want to contribute to the project, the ability to see these tasks that are out there, grab one or grab them as a group or compete against each other for one, and get paid for it, get benefit in Apollo for it. So we've been investigating this for a while, looking at other projects that are using it, and really feel like we had a call with them a couple of weeks ago. Really feel like this is the platform that we want to kind of invest in and scale with. So Caleb and I sat down yesterday. It's just like, hey man, we need to do one. We got to kick it off, so to speak. It's tightly coupled with Discord. So I'll show you here real quick. Like if you go to Dework, which is app.dework.xyz, you can search really any project. But if you start typing in Apollo in the search box, you'll find us immediately, Apollo DAO, and you can go to our landing page or our home page. So within there, obviously there's the Army. Everybody hopefully by now knows what that is. If you don't, that's this amazing kind of private area that we have within Discord where anyone could sign up for. You just have to join our Discord, click the right emojis on the onboarding process. It'll tell you what to do. It'll guide you right through that. And then it will unlock a few channels that will be associated with the Apollo Army. What is that? Well, it's just your opportunity to get kind of firsthand information, get utilities to promote, to collaborate with other people that are really invested in the project and have done a lot of work. And then now this will be an opportunity for you to kind of see new tasks and engage with people that are working on tasks within the community as well. So when you hit this landing page here, you'll see like the Apollo Army. You'll see a couple of things that Caleb has set up here, which are kind of our production work as we're testing out. Do we move some of this over to Dework as well? So we don't have all these disparate systems, going on with different tasks that people get confused or get lost in. We're just kind of testing that out to see if that works. But the thing we're going to be scaling out pretty quick here is the idea of the Army. If you click into it, it kind of looks like our Trello board a little bit here. So it's got like things to do or a backlog. It's got things in progress and reviews. So this is the fun one we just set up yesterday. And don't take this with a grain of salt. Like all the tasks aren't going to be trivial meme type creation things. I mean, this could actually scale to some point where, and Zach will probably kick me in the teeth for saying this, we have GitHub or, people are doing forks of the code or adding stuff to it. Maybe not that extreme at this point, but maybe writing segments of things or utilities you need. A good example is he did great work, Wolf, over in the Telegram when we needed a vote bot. That was a transaction where, he and I just started chatting on DMs and, hey, sounds great. Let's get you into it. Paid him a little bit in Apollo for doing the work, and he did it. Well, this kind of opens us up to a bunch of talented individuals, that are out there looking for opportunities to do freelance work that can basically come and do this work, but we're also teaching them about the project. So what I'm trying to do is every one of these tasks that are out there, requirement number one is you have to come and join the Discord and join the Army. So you become a part of our project. That's requirement number one. And then whatever the task might be after that. So with the meme one, if you click into it, you can already see we just posted this yesterday, but have a couple of the requirements and dates when we do it. It shows up here. Like there's $150 worth of Apollo at the end of the month that will be paid out once the team selects who the winner is. And we're looking into some polling stuff too that could be potentially integrated into Discord, so we can have community-based voting on things like this, which are more subjective, creative, artistic type things that we want to do, and other awards. So we're learning on this stuff right now, but I just think the power of this system to be able to give back to not only the creators, which we do each week, but give back to the people that are holders that are always asking, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Well, here's things to do that we're going to be scaling out, and we want to reward you from our treasuries as well for that. So you can already see there's a whole message board of people talking about it, but over on our actual Discord, which Caleb was so gracious to set up today. You can see over here, like I was mentioning, the Army section. So once you go through and you verify yourself, click that you want to be a part of the Army, this whole area here will kind of unlock for you. And then you can see right here, now we have Army Dework, create an Apollo meme. And we created this public, right, Caleb? So anyone
really on Dework, it is public, yes.
Okay. So everybody can kind of watch this thread and track what's happening, but you can see that, there's already messages coming in from Dework when new people sign up or say they want to participate in it. There's, people already posting some Apollo-based memes, which is the first contest, just make a fun meme about Apollo. And, the community can give feedback and creativity here. And part of what we're trying to do is just, bring some activity and bring some life into the Discord as kind of being our hub for social moving forward, because we're going to spend some dollars in marketing and promotion to drive traffic of interested parties into this in the next couple of weeks. So before we get there, you never want to drive traffic or spend money in marketing until there's something for them to do or engage with once they get there. So there's this idea of you engage and then, now I really like this project, I like the people associated with it. What's the next step I want to take? Maybe they want to become a holder. Maybe they want to be a voter. Maybe they want to evangelize about the project and go out to this friend they know that has a huge social network. You never know. But that's kind of the idea of like, let's build out the opportunity for engagement here. Let's get more activity and traffic day in and day out. I know Koala is going to do a creator interview tomorrow, I believe. Yep. That's going to become a regular thing. So if you haven't seen the notices on that, hit the Telegram or the Discord, because I think she's going to be streaming that across a few channels tomorrow. And then
it's going to be on Instagram.
Oh, it's on. Okay, cool. Yeah, we haven't done a lot on Instagram, so that would be a nice new kind of platform deployment there. And then we'll let you know more information about when the actual push for people is going to happen. So it's an all hands on deck kind of thing for that. So we can, when people land, we just want to be welcoming. We want to show them what the spirit and the culture is of our community that we've heard so many times. It's just that we're different and we're not, silly about what we're doing. We have a vision, we work hard at it, and we want to support people. So people should feel that way immediately when they come into our community. They shouldn't feel like it's dead and uninteresting, for sure.
Let me throw in a couple of things here while you're looking at the Discord. One, if you're not in the Discord yet and you're watching this, please join. And second, I'd like to hear from you what it's like for the onboarding experience. So Matt, can you scroll up to the verify here channel?
Yeah.
So when you first come in, you'll land on this kind of page, and we have rules, and you can verify, and it's just like it runs a CAPTCHA just to make sure we're not having spam bots or something. After that, you go to the welcome channel. Can you go there, Matt?
Yep.
And so this one is where you can select your roles like Army. So there's only 2 right now, Army and International. But then something new that maybe some of the existing Discord members have not seen yet is GuildBot XYZ. So Guild XYZ adds a if you connect to that where it says join Apollo Crypto DAO, it'll take you to Guild XYZ where you can connect your wallet. It reads some of your activities and what you've done socially and with holding tokens and POAPs as well, and assigns specialty roles and tags to you. So that's why, like, whenever you see Sven inside a Discord, he has the golden POAP maxi badge because he has collected all 12. I just saw it down there at the bottom. Yeah, there it is. So that's his specialty badge. If you're in the Army and that's your highest ranking, then you would have the Army helmet. If you're on the team, then you have the green logo. But check that out if you haven't checked out Guild XYZ yet. It's pretty cool and a new introduction to it.
Yeah, and awesome. And a lot of these things that aren't just aesthetic and trivial. I saw a couple questions come in or people talking about like the leaderboards and the ranks. Those are going to be heavily tied into this voter reward system as well. Call it voter rewards, but it's more than that, right? There's Apollo Ted. He had some technical difficulties, something about his restroom. But I see him in the Discord. So while he couldn't join us on video stream today, he's here in the chat. So that's good. But yeah, the whole leaderboard system, our plan is, at the end of this year, once season 2 finishes up, keep collecting those points because we're going to do some payouts on that. Yeah, keep engaging in the task. All right. Anything else on Dework or voter rewards you want to talk about?
No, let's keep it going.
Yeah. So, and with that, like my hope is by the end of this month, we'll have maybe a half dozen of those. We're going to experiment. We're going to find out what works and what doesn't. So be patient with us on that front. But, that's what that Army money that we talked about that came in from the sponsorship is largely going to go to, as well as other things. Again, we're going to spit up a voting system that allows the community to kind of decide where a lot of these funds get allocated. So it's not just the developers that, decide that. It doesn't have to all be used for the Army, but we thought that's where the brand and the sponsor wanted it. So that's where we put it for this time.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I want to talk a little bit about something that has just came up this week. I can't really talk about any names, but I'm pretty excited right now because as I mentioned earlier, the center sponsorship was kind of this new thing kicking off what we're doing. You all know that I'm very passionate about the start of this project being about helping young people find their path and career and give them the attention and the feedback and really even beyond that, the pitch practice by soliciting votes from the community, I think is invaluable for a lot of creators, especially that might not just be as socially adept as some other people from some of I've known. I mean, they love their craft. They're awesome at it, but does the world really get to see all their art because they might not want to share it or whatnot? And that's a challenge. I mean, they have to overcome that. And some people don't want to, and that's fine too. But I think this platform is meant to do kind of both is reward them financially, but also give them that growth and experience. So we are kind of in the final stages of our second partnership agreement, which will be with a pretty well-known educational institution. It's here locally in Dallas, but they have really done some amazing things. I toured their facilities this week, saw their culture, met some of their leaders and people, and I think it's just an amazing fit. I think that it's going to be an opportunity if we can get all the details worked out and the timing and everything like that, that this is going to kind of set that standard that we can take to, even collegiate groups like the Art Institutes International. My son went to Full Sail. I think they would be a great candidate for, new creatives. But even more importantly, they have a massive alumni network that's tapped into the creative world. And it's coming up on, a big homecoming and anniversary for this institution. and sharing that and making that a highlight of it is one of the things we're talking about doing in the PR and the marketing surrounding this. And the most exciting thing for me too is like to keep the momentum going through this. We're not doing this next season. The dates we're targeting are for November. So you're going November, but you've already given us a complete schedule and it won't fit on the schedule in November. Well, that kind of pushes us into what we've always talked about is the grand vision of architecturally moving this thing to support multiple concurrent contests. So if we sign this deal and get this moving forward, it'll be our first concurrent contest that will run alongside at the same time the main contest, which is incredibly cool because that opens up a whole another set of opportunities, whether it's just creators or whether it moves into other things like funding new crypto businesses, whether, is something like supporting teachers and first responders. You name it. We now have the architecture and the platform to be able to do that. So, regardless of whether this deal gets 100% finalized, I feel pretty good about it. That tech is on the horizon, but it would be really cool to just, check the box on this year in season 2 to say, hey, we did our second big internal creators contest. We did 2 sponsored type contests, and they're very diverse and different. So the idea of like our team and our marketing and our biz dev can take that out into the world now with data and say, come on board. That just grows that model more and more, and we scale this as a business. So super excited about that, and hopefully more details to come in, pretty soon in days. Exciting, huh, Caleb?
Can you tell us any more details about it? Like how many contests will there be for this group?
Yeah, we have a structure. It'll likely, just with the timing and hitting in November and centered around the school schedule, is probably just going to be one contest for this time. But they are very interested in the way that their organization is segmented and carrying this in potentially into next year. And, we all have to see, does it go off well? How does it resonate with the stakeholders within their organization? But, I think we want to continue the model of just like, sponsorship, and even if it's give back, because a lot of what we're talking about doing internally is the people on the development team are going to give grants to help the students, because a lot of them are, don't have the means to be able to participate in this contest, and we want them to. So, giving them from a creator standpoint, once the school selects their candidates, helping them, get the Apollo they need to get into the contest is a big part of what we're doing here too. So.
And how many creators do you think we'll have in that contest?
I'm going to guess 16 to 20 right now would be the target. It's a big contest, but the way that it's structured and how it's going to be designed, it seems to be the right number to do. So awesome. A lot of teasing there. So sorry about that. I just, you guys know how I am. It's just like until all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted, I don't really like to talk about things too deep, but I also want to get everyone excited that, we're in this market, it's hard because you tend to look at one thing. But when we talk about always building, even through the crypto winter, bear market, whatever you want to call it, like these are the things that matter, when we come out of things. Well, they matter, period. But when you come out of one of these things, it's like, did the platform go from, infancy to, toddlerism, I guess you would say. Yeah. Like we didn't stop. We didn't wait for the return of a great economy. We want to meet it where they intersect. Right. So this is a large part of that effort. And why it gets me so excited is people are seeing the opportunity. Organizations are starting to turn their head. They want to find different ways to help talent get recognized and to monetize, and hyper target certain individuals. And I think we have a great platform to do that. Awesome. Well, that's really it for the content. I've already told everyone, get on Discord, do it. You won't regret it. Awesome stuff. I'm going to do some, I've been doing, and Caleb's been with me doing some voice, just impromptu stuff over lunches and stuff lately. We're going to try and formalize that, maybe a Tuesday, Thursday thing each week, but still hop on impromptu. But I know some people like, hey, we never know when you're doing it, so we don't plan it. So we'll try to get a little bit of rigor and schedule around that. I know Qual is going to put some stuff out around that. So that's really all I got for anything else you want to add tonight before we go to Q&A.
All-Star POAP is coming out. It's on its way.
Awesome. I expect it to be very bling filled and exciting and 3D rotating.
Well, it's not rotating, but I did share a screen cap of it the other day on Discord.
Nice.
So if you saw that, that's what that is.
I missed it, but that's why I'm pretty low ranked in the Army.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Your GMs are very low too.
Yeah, I know. You know me and coffee. Like, there's no good mornings coming out of me until I have my third cup.
Hey, you can say GM any time of the day. That's the great
well,
thing.
I'm looking at our question list now, and most of it starts with GMs. So you're right about that. I see it. Hello, Corey. Hello, Daniel. How are you guys doing tonight? Daniel says, I am number 1 in the Apollo Army. Does that mean by leaderboard, or does that mean by rank?
I think by leaderboard and rank is the same thing.
Right. But Corey then quickly calls him out that he's coming for the number 1 spot.
There's a few people that they're the ones battling for top dog.
Oh, look. I see. I have a top hound basset sighting, or a top hat
basset hound.
Somebody got out of the restroom and fixed their computer.
Got it.
Welcome to the last 3 minutes of the AMA.
With a big finish.
There you are, man. Hey, how's it going, Zach?
Going good.
We were just talking about your new architectural challenge that lies ahead with concurrent contests. Anything you want to add to that, or?
Yeah, there's kind of I guess you could make it an agile methodology. It's, we could spend 2 months trying to architect this big thing and put the rest of the things we're working on the back burner, or we can kind of make things a little easier on ourselves, maybe a more lighter architecture to begin with, so that we can continue making progress on other things until we figure out, like, oh, this is what we need to do. This is blowing up. Then we go full on maybe in a couple months. But yeah, engineering team is on it.
Yeah, and that's just the kind of behind the scenes stuff that in software development, and all 3 of us have been in it for quite some time. It's just like to make something that just operates smoothly or looks beautiful and simple or whatever. It's like everyone assumes, like, oh, that should be easy. Those are the things that usually take quite a bit of iteration and quite a bit of time and planning. I mean, we spend hours and hours each week on whiteboards just discussing approaches on everything from the product to the design and the messaging, with our marketing teams, and even the roadmap in the future of where we're going. And now you add in partnerships to that. I mean, this relatively small team is doing a lot of work, and just super proud of what they've done and how they stuck with it. Diamond hands, guys, diamond hands. So it's awesome. Kudos, gentlemen. Appreciate you. Cool. What other questions?
We have a couple of questions around the same concept. So I'll throw this one up by Ryan Garrity. What's the best way for me to approach art institutions near me? And to kind of piggyback on that, Corey was asking about competitions between other DAOs or DeFi platforms.
Yeah, so a couple of things. I mean, Caleb, obviously you've been big on how do we form partnerships with other DAOs and other cryptos. I think that's a huge part of it, and I think you mentioned something in the marketing meeting yesterday about how do we maybe use Dework to incentivize people that bring partnerships that we sign to the table. I'm all for that. Yeah. I think that's when you talk about low-hanging fruit for people that already understand crypto that could become involved in the project. That reduces the friction of getting new people on board 100%. But specific to your question, Ryan, Chip is someone on our marketing team, kind of raised this idea of, like, when we went to talk to that educational institution, he was saying, well, what materials did you use? And I was just like, good looks and passion, man. Like, just sat down in front of them and just went to town about what we believe in. But that doesn't scale really well. So we realized we need, like, some kind of, like, maybe community pitch deck. And I'd love if anyone has some experience in that area or wants to help us put that together. That's another, payable task that the community can kind of help with, about how we want to present and market ourselves to these institutions. Now, I think we'll have a lot more data coming out of it once we get through the center contest and once we get through this new one at the end of the year, so we could package that in and kind of speak the numbers, which I think is the power that they care about, right? It's just like, who is our audience? What's the demographics? What are the numbers that's happening? How are you growing? And, you know, why would I want to advertise here is the question we have to ask. Art institutes and educational institutions like that are a little bit different because that main track is to help them support their, you know, their students or their communities that maybe will grow our talent in terms of different contests and help see creators fill the pipeline. So I think we'll have two decks, you know, one that's more of like who would we approach a sponsorship opportunity with, and how would we approach the educational institutions. But we'll have a case study at least for both of those coming out of this year, which will be exciting. So I think that will be full force next year.
Cool.
Awesome. Diamond hand shirt. Yep. You should get an Apollo shirt though. Those are better. My Apollo shirt wasn't clean. Actually, I hadn't ordered one. Misty got on me big time today for not having an Apollo shirt yet. Oh well.
I did order more merch for myself as well. So I might even wear a hat. I might try it out.
Be awesome.
Yeah, I don't think I can do the hat. My head was always too big to fit the hat very well. So
you just got to get the biggest hat there is, man.
Yeah, but it's like my head is weirdly shaped. So like if the hat is big enough for my head, it like pops up on top, and it's tough luck.
I hear though. I happen to have a big head too, like 24-inch.
Around know my measurement.
Yeah. The only person I know that has a bigger head is Mark Cuban. He has a 25-inch head.
Okay.
See, it's geniuses that run in packs there, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's not about the size of your brain. It's actually about the wrinkliness of your brain. It's how smart you are.
I think we jumped the shark here now, guys. So with this, before we go, I just thought, like, I think what we're going to do is put bounties on Dework for the first 10 people that take a picture of their Apollo merch and post it on there. I'll figure out what it was, but we'll subsidize that purchase by giving bounties to it. So
all right,
I'll put that together tomorrow.
Post it on socials.
Yeah, got to post it on the socials. Got to post it and everything. I love it though. Thank you, Kale. Appreciate it, man. All right, I'm gonna sign off. You guys got anything else?
Ryan, I will check on that shirt, putting the design on the front of it.
I guess I didn't get to talk during the Dework stuff. If we have any developers that are interested in some cool ideas or anything they can work on, whether it's, you know, Discord bots or any something you think you can work on for the site, bring it up and we can talk about it and maybe open up. I know our GitHub for the site isn't public right now, but that is something we could do. So I'd be interested to see if there's any interest from any software developers out there.
Yeah, I was surprised. I think like 6 people yesterday came in and several of them joined the Discord just from looking for opportunities. So that's another channel for us to bring people into the project, of course. But yeah, absolutely, Zach. And I think there's a feature of it, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, where you can propose certain work too, or propose certain bounties or tasks within Dework, if I'm not mistaken.
You can. There are community proposals, so people can post ideas or feedback or something like that, and people can upvote that. I'd also say just Dework is really cool. The way some people found Apollo is they are looking through open bounties across all DAOs, and they found our first meme maker bounty, and so they jumped on it through there. And then I saw some of them hopped over into Discord today as well.
That's awesome. I love it. All right, let's keep it up, people. Thanks, Army. Thank you guys, Zach and Caleb. Appreciate all you do. Always hit us up with questions. We're always around, and look forward to ending the first contest of season 2, which has been awesome, and getting the first sponsor kicked off on Tuesday, I believe.
Tuesday.
So stay tuned. Lots of exciting stuff to come, and appreciate you all. Take care.
See ya.